Hey, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen, and if you can tolerate the sound of my post-sickness voice, please stay and please listen to this intro because this reading is different. All of my readings are a little different. I mean, relative to a lot of what's on YouTube, and I think it's important in my intros. I'm trying to cut down on the rambling, but I think it's important that you understand what I'm doing and whether or not it's for you. So this particular reading is really different than the way that I've set up before. I often choose 3 or 4 pieces, crystal stones, and those are chosen based on kind of what's calling to me from my collection, what seems comparable. I like to give you a sort of equal footing, choice. Like they seem comparable to me, if that makes sense. And sometimes I draw a card or choose a deck and show you the back or show you a specific card. But in this case, I actually just sort of meditated on each piece and chose a card to help show you the energy that I'm feeling in them. And then, to take it a step farther, last night in the dark and the stillness, I was just, I don't know, I couldn't help it. I felt them calling me from my desk, and I really just focused in on each group, and I took notes, and each was giving me intuitive hits. And I've decided that those will be what formulates the questions for the readings. So at the beginning of each reading, I'll tell you what I got, psychically, intuitively, or whatever, and you'll kind of know if it's a reading you want to listen to or not. And it'll showcase what we're looking for in the questions in the tarot. The other thing is, after I went to sleep, I kept dreaming about these. So I don't know what's about to happen. I feel so open right now. The moon is in Cancer, and I've been sick and at rest, and my intuition is just soaring right now. So hopefully that's a good thing. And I'm gonna put a still photograph in, like I try to always do. I try to get a really good, clear close-up. And I encourage you to really drop down into your center and focus on each individually for a moment. Like, take your time and feel for a hit inside, because these are very established energies right now. And if you feel connected to one, I think it'll be a nice confirmation that your intuition is also working well if you then get to the reading and you're like, yes, that is totally me right now. Okay, I love this. So let's do that, and I'll see you there. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know, I'm emotional. Hi to the first group who chose labradorite or number 1 or moon or the combination. I first want to tell you I've chosen the ORIENS animal deck. It just feels right. And I'm going to talk to you about what I wrote down last night in my meditation here. I'm also going to tell you I got an animal in my meditation, and it's actually a narwhal, which is not something I'm used to. I can't say I've experienced that before, but I did, so maybe that's significant to you in some way. I know that narwhals use that unicorn tusk to break through, like to break through the ice, so I feel a real big energy here of wanting to make spiritual breakthroughs and wanting to just sort of burst forth, like this real fresh, powerful force happening within you, like coming out of you from deep within. I'm really sorry about my congestion. I did take Sudafed. So this is what I got, okay? And I'm going to talk a little, I'm going to just tell you this, and then this is where my questions will come from for further guidance. The first thing I got was cleanse. And you may feel the need to clear away negative or even toxic energy, okay? Another hit I got is cold. I got sword, metal, water, and air. So seeking the truth about something and trying to access your own intuition and pondering what is beneath the surface, okay? If that makes sense to you. I got order, wanting to compartmentalize or organize events, emotions, and facts, if that's something you've been feeling. I got dawning, as in the dawning of a day, expecting something around the corner, wondering where things are leading. I got choice, approaching a crossroads or a fork in the road and feeling a choice ahead or knowing that there's a choice ahead. And I got destination. And with this, I got that something, it feels like something is missing, and it's that missing component is preventing you from having complete and total determination. So I'd like to find out what that is. So if that all felt like kind of where you may be right now, let's go. Let's do this. It's different. We're open to what comes. I've done a lot of shuffling. I may be quiet as I go through some of this. Let's talk about group one's feeling the need to cleanse away negative or toxic energy. What is this? Negative or toxic energy? It could be different for different people, but Two of Wands. Yeah, there's a decision. This is back down to the other things at the bottom of the list that I had. There's not knowing what to do and needing to take some sort of action around. It seems to me like you need to clear your own energy in order to make a decision or make decisions. There's something in the way of you making decisions with the right clarity and truth for yourself. Wow. Cleansing. Yeah, it's affecting your ability to sort of see forward. You got a Two of Wands and a Three of Wands here. This is the knowing what action to take, and this is looking ahead and planning for the future. Something heavy, dark, toxic, negative needs to be cleansed away. This could be done in so many ways, and it's going to vary according to your own personal situation and what you like and what works for you. Whatever you feel is cleansing. This reading is so full of the plunge. There's so much water. This could be taking a salt bath. This could be just standing in the rain and screaming. There's a lot of letting go and release and purification necessary. You could use incense and sage type things, whatever works for you. I don't burn a ton of sage. I'm a big fan of mugwort, but that's for a different reason. As far as clearing, oh, I don't know. I think, I could be wrong, but I think juniper is a good one. Depends what you're clearing. More about cleansing. Temperance. Yes, bringing yourself back into balance and into a healed energy. This is the place where you need to start from. This is the place where you need to make your decisions from, and this is the place where you need to be looking at your future and making plans from. So I did not pick up what the toxic thing is. I think it's too specific for your situation. You will know if there's something you need to release, something dark and heavy that's been affecting your ability to make decisions, see the future clearly, and feel healthy and balanced. All right, we're gonna move on. You're seeking the truth about something, trying to access intuition, and pondering what is beneath the surface. So what can I say about this? Seeking the truth. Eight of Swords. Yeah, there seems to be a feeling of confusion and feeling trapped and sort of stuck and not knowing what to do. The Eight of Swords is a little more, while the Two of Swords is not knowing what action to take, that applied to this. Eight of Swords is when you need the truth and clarity in a situation. Eight of Swords is saying to me that you're feeling disorganized, like that you are feeling kind of powerless too, like just sort of stuck, like you need rescue, you need like a boost, you need some help, you need a hand, and that's totally human. And maybe this is it, and maybe this will be enough, or maybe it's just speaking to you and resonating with how you feel. So this clarity and truth that we're seeking, talk to me about this, please. Knight of Cups. All right. Are you? Sounds like romance and creativity, one or the other, or both. I'm gonna drop my cards. So you may be seeking, you just want to know what's going on. I think you just want to know what's blocking romance in your life, or what is blocking creativity in your life. What is? I mean, again, I think it's this there's something that needs to be cleansed, and it feels like so specific. I haven't been able to get it yet. Is there any clue about the truth here? What is blocking? I'm just gonna, instead of saying one, or I'm gonna say us and me and we. I'm putting myself in here too, okay? I'm gonna do that with all three today. What is blocking us from finding the truth right now? Three of Swords, heartbreak. Okay. So this is starting to feel like what needs to be released and healed. It could be a heart wound. Three of Swords, you know, it's emotional pain and sorrow. It could just be, it's a sadness. It could even just be a depression. but it doesn't have to be related to love or romance, but there is that element here. So for some it may be, and for some it may not be, but it's a heaviness in the heart that needs to be healed and released in order to move forward at this point for you. How can we better access intuition about the truth, clarity? 5 of Swords. You have to cut the conflict, and you have to ground the scattered energy is what I feel. You may have to remove yourself from a situation, or you may have to remove yourself from influence around you that isn't helping. I get a strong feeling here. For some, social media may be at play. I feel that here there's an element of trying to keep up with the flow and keep up with the Joneses even, and to just, and comparing yourself to others, possibly comparing yourself to competition in love. And I think that is not helping you access the truth. It's blocking the truth. Does that make sense? So something that is blocking your own intuition and clarity, the real reality of who you are and what you need to move forward and what you need to heal, there's influence here, I feel. You know, you already have this heavy heart and you're feeling stuck and feeling down and maybe just depressed or sad or about whatever it is. It could be romantic. But this element of conflict, whatever it is to you, is interfering with your ability to see things as they really are. It's in order to have the truth surface, rise to the surface and be very clear to you. This needs to be identified and left behind, released, blocked, whatever it is. And like I said, for some, I do have an intuitive feeling that there's an element of comparing yourself to either others via social media or just others in life. Like, you know, maybe you don't feel like you're where you should be. Maybe you don't feel like a worthy candidate, you know, for something, possibly love. All right. So to the question of order, wanting to compartmentalize and organize events and emotions, I feel emotions. I feel with that, what I'm saying is, I feel a sort of almost OCD tendency right now, like a really overactive mind. And that really, with this 8 of Swords, makes a lot of sense to me. And sometimes we try to put things into black and white and into boxes when it's just not helping. That's not going, you're seeking clarity, you're seeking understanding, you're trying to organize your thoughts and get grounded, but some things cannot be boxed. So I would like to look at what's going on with that. What is this feeling of needing to, of being, it's just a mental overwhelm that I feel. Talk to me about this. Overwhelmed mentality right now. 8 of Pentacles. So you may have a lot in the works. You may be feeling like you're not, like I said, not where you want to be. Like you're on your way, but you're kind of, it seems like not sure where to go next. here I feel there's a lot of pots on the stove. Not sure where to put the focus. Not sure where to invest the energy. What do we need to know about our investment of energy right now? This is judgment, and it's decision based. It's on one hand, I feel an element of needing to find one's calling and one's purpose, and feeling like anything that you're investing energy into right now is supposed to be that. And you want recognition, and you want to be, you want to feel good about what you're doing. You want to feel proud of yourself. Page of Swords. Really just an interest in figuring all of this out. There's a lot of mental energy going on here, in making big decisions and finding your way, knowing where to invest your energy. So what's the advice here? What is the guidance from the realm around this sort of overwhelmed mentality and this Six of Cups? This is very much the remembering, who you are. And it's going back to the things in your life that have made you feel like most yourself and most at peace. If you think about yourself as a child, what did you do? And I feel like I've talked about this before in some other reading at some other time, but what did you do when you were 5, when you were 8, when you were 10, when you were 12? What were you doing that was giving you, actually before 12, what were you doing when you were, what did you love, really love to do that gave you a sense of, when you look back, it feels like you. It feels like your true identity. What were you doing when you were 5? What were you doing when you were 8? Those are clues. And, as crazy as it sounds, society breaks us. It breaks our spirit. It tells us we have to operate in a certain way in order to survive. That's capitalism. That's the way it is. And, and when I say capitalism, I'm talking about an American corrupt capitalism, which isn't going to necessarily go over well with everyone who hears this. But the point being that we live in an age and a place where what you truly love and what you're truly good at, your gifts, your natural gifts, your love, your passion, your life force, isn't necessarily valuable, because we have powers that be that depend on us to keep them in power. So I'm sorry for my rant. I'm sorry. I can't help it. But then, what it is that you loved, it may sound crazy, but like what it is that you loved at 5, 6, 7, 8, those are the clues. And if you can find a way, we live in a time now where you can find a way to make these sorts of qualities in yourself work for you. It's not easy. We've just gone through this major pandemic, and a lot of people have reassessed and reevaluated where they are and how they're living. There are a lot of theories going around about why, the price of everything's going up, why jobs are open and empty or whatever. And I think a lot of that reason is the shifting in consciousness and realizing like our own quality of life is at stake in the way that we have been living for so long. So there's this huge shift societally, and it seems like it could be a time for you, for me, for us, to be really evaluating like who we are deep in our core. And sometimes it's hard to find that. You want to feel this pride in what you do. You want to feel like you know where you're headed and what your purpose and your calling is. That what you're investing is the right thing and not just, day in, day out, working for the weekend type of shit. So, more about how to find purpose. Seven of Swords. We cannot continue to be dishonest with ourselves and lie to ourselves about this. Like, it's gonna take bravery, and it's going to take standing up for yourself and being responsible for your choices and your actions. And it's difficult sometimes. Sometimes, that saying, first world problems, sometimes that comes into play. When we're trying to find something, it can feel kind of selfish, like a selfish pursuit. And I can just tell you, like, as a creative person, as an artist, sometimes I feel like everything I do is just so completely selfish. Like, what am I? Like, am I just, do I just think I'm a flower? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just here to, like, be aesthetically pleasing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, or make aesthetically pleasing stuff. Like, art is a funny thing. But, we have to accept that there really aren't rules. And you have to accept the responsibility of the choices you make, and understanding that, like, lying to ourselves about what that is will never sit right. It will never feel right. We will be stuck in this energy of wondering if we're putting our energy into the right thing. Where did my life go? You don't want regrets. That's what I'm getting. And if you don't, if you think of yourself here and you think back to this child and they're looking at your life now, are they feeling proud of you, or are they feeling disappointment? What would you do to impress this kid? Queen of Swords. Take that action. Like, this is over the Judgment up here. Find that that focus, and you're gonna feel completely liberated by taking control. And it may take some time, but doing what it is that will make you truly happy in your soul. And even if you don't know what that is right now, like I said, look back to what it is that brings you peace and makes you feel like yourself and makes you feel proud of yourself. What is it that you have ever done, that just feels good? And get clever, and don't worry about the rest. Like, make it work. Make your passion, make your essence work for you. Feeling that something is around the corner. Wondering where things are leading. That was heavy energy that I got in this card, and in the imagery where I got lost in this meditation. it really had a lot to do with this half moon, which we are currently in at the time of recording. I feel it. So what is around the corner? Where are things leading? What is this feeling of something that's just around the corner? Queen of Pentacles. Pardon me. This is security and feeling nurtured, feeling like feeling like you're at home, feeling like you're, at home in your skin, I get. Like, feeling like you're capable of caring, and it's not a vulnerable place anymore. It's like, this is super maternal. Like, it's like this strength I always feel with Queen of Pentacles. It's this Earth Mother strength, and you don't have to be a mother or a woman to feel this part of yourself. It's this part of yourself that is solid and dependable and self-loving and beautiful. There's a lot of Virgo energy in that, so really just kind of getting your organized and getting your affairs in order. That's coming. More about what's around the corner for us. Page of Cups. Sweetness. This feels like praise isn't the word. Inspired, how should we say, being sort of the object of affection. And I actually don't necessarily mean romantically. I just mean like being the recipient of sweetness, being seen as for your heart. These two together coming up, it's really speaking of so much, first self-love and then love from the external to poured onto you. You know what I mean? Like, taking care of yourself, emitting this vibe of empathy and compassion, and then having that, attracting sweet friendships, relationships, collaborators, and romance, sure. What else is around the corner? What is this? Where are things leading? What's around the corner here? Knight of Swords. Messages and communication. Movement. It's like once you decide to go with this and you reach this loving place, and this is healed, this is going together really well too. Like, once this cleared, negativity happens, and once there's this sort of release of darkness and toxicity that may be sort of lingering in you, this sadness or whatever, there's a lot of sweetness and a lot of finally just like a burst forward, like maybe there's a decision about what it is you're working on, and then moving forward, like going for it. Like it's like new energy, and it's warm and attractive. And it's going can also be information coming in that you need or want. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords then, because I'm curious about information that could be coming, messages that could be coming. What is this communication coming in? Oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune. It's good news. It's good, and it's tied to your destiny. And that's how I feel about this Judgment card. What it is you're supposed to do. Good news coming in. Good luck. A turn for the better, a turn for the timing, you know, is lining up. So information about that coming in around the corner, just ahead. Clear the negativity, get into healing, cut away the conflict and the ways in which you're, whether it's just self-talk or things that you're seeing around you, some outer influence that is causing you to feel less than. Clear that. Focus on what it is you're building. Figure out what it is you're here for. Love yourself. Bringing it in. I have here choice. I got the hit for choice, so I want to know about the crossroad that is happening or coming here. Page of Wands, messages about what to do, messages about a new venture or new ideas, something new to explore. Okay, so you may reach a crossroads or a choice, you know, a fork in the road where it's about like, you know, going down this passion path, you know, this passion project sort of energy. More about this crossroads. Four of Wands. There's a lot of synchronicity involved here. There's a lot of destiny involved with that. Again, new possibilities. These are both speaking of new possibilities. So you are coming to a place where you've got choices about brand new stuff, brand new, you know, revelations about possibilities and exciting new projects and ventures. Five of Wands. I was asking about what to do at this crossroads, and I got the Five of Wands, and it's really hitting with, you know, when you're facing these new possibilities, it's a very similar energy to this Five of Swords over here, where it's about just like cutting out the things that are blocking you from seeing clarity. And here it's cutting out the things that are blocking you from feeling powerful, is what I feel. So, you know, anything here that is affecting your focus for what you truly want, what you truly envision here, the things, the doubt. This is doubt. Beware of the doubt that is, it's more like a self-limited belief, you know, like, I think it's natural for that to surface, but just be aware of it, and just be aware that that's natural to do that. And Knight of Wands, I was again asking about this crossroad and what to do there. And with regard to the releasing this sort of self-doubt, this Knight of Wands is the drive and the determination, you know, the passion. Just keep it. Just hold that force. Hold that force and move forward with a knowingness that it's how you look at it. It's what you make it. Life's what you make it. And remember, you know, these ideas creep in, but it's in your hands. It's in your control. Okay. And then there was the final hit that was about the destination and something being missing that is preventing total determination. That's interesting because this is the total determination. This Knight of Wands. And there's that self-doubt. So what is missing? What is blocking? Well, I got missing. So I want to know what it is I'm putting myself in here to get really good answers. What are we missing? What is missing in us right now that is blocking, preventing us from having complete dedication and determination? What is this that is missing? 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I feel this is resources, insecurity, in a more practical, materialistic way, actually. Well, I feel that. That might be more for me than anybody else. I don't know. It's certainly a hindrance. Money is a great enabler, as evil as it is. That's the world we live in. It comes back to this, what I was talking about. A sense of security, though, and a sense of, the ability to that this can all be yours. The 10 of Pentacles can be yours. Like this sort of lack mentality is that you will never have all of that, is what I'm getting. What else, though? Because that can't possibly be for everyone. What's missing? Or family support. Well, money. Seven of Pentacles. Again, it's just so much time I get. It is hard. I know it's hard. You need to see a return on your investment, you know, that you need to feel like it's going to work. And I get that, because here I am telling you to like look at what you loved when you were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old and make it your livelihood somehow. And now I'm like, you know, of course, you know, we have the material world to live in, and we have, and it prevents us from really taking the reins and holding that power and going for everything we really dream of. And here you want to feel like it's going to work. So is it going to work? Let's just ask straight up. What if we stay in Knight of Wands, what if we cleanse and release and we tear away the negative output from the exterior? What if we find our calling and we go for what we want, and we begin to love ourselves, and we emit positivity and nurture and warmth, and start moving in that direction and get news and get excited about new adventures? What if we hold on to that determination despite not having a lot of support behind us? King of Pentacles. You got it. You got it. You get it. You will become the power, you know, that you seek. This 10 of Pentacles that you haven't had necessarily, at least in this realm of things you want to do, this new venture, this is the answer. So, all right. Emperor on the bottom. Controlling it, owning it. So, you know, I think everything that I talked about along the way makes a lot of sense. If it hits, it hits. If it's you, it's you. If there's something new you want to do, some change of course is what it sounds like. I think you got this. And it's just a matter of releasing, you know, anything that's lingering that is keeping you sad or down, and really just invigorating your true self deep inside, like what it is, the things that make you happy. I'm looking for, oh, there it is. I knew there was a narwhal in this deck, and I couldn't remember which card it was, but because I had a narwhal come in my meditation, I wanted to see, and it's a 7 of Cups. And it's really just, the narwhal is such a mystical, magical symbol, associated with unicorns, you know, the whole thing. I don't know if you know about narwhals, but, you know, 7 of Cups is that imagination and wishes and daydreams and fantasies. So I think it's time for you, if you got this, if this feels like you, I think it is absolutely time to make your dreams come true and have faith in yourself. And these were the steps that I laid out that I feel are necessary for you. So there you go. And I'd love to know if this meant anything to you. I don't know. Thank you so much. Hello to the second group. You chose the rose and this quartz. It's not rose quartz. The color's from iron oxide. And the number 2, perhaps. But I want to talk to you a little bit about what I meditated on, what I got through my meditation. So this would be stuff that you feel like is true for you right now. So this, I got heart opening and softening, feeling both vulnerable and ready. I got perspective, seeing things in a more multifaceted way now. I got hopeful, humbly commanding positive changes. I got ancestors, noticing / curious about signs as messages. I got protection, naturally guarded by design. Like you may feel it's just a part of your makeup to be a little defensive. Depth, understanding complexity of how time and space move a little more lately or now, okay? There's a lot of depth and complexity here. It's a very emotional, heart, big time heart energy here. Like real chakra, heart stuff that I feel. A lot of just openness and kaleidoscopic view of things. Obviously that looks like a kaleidoscope. But what that means is seeing things differently, seeing something differently, seeing beauty differently, and the ancestor thing. So I'm gonna ask questions around these prompts and try to give you a real quality guidance. So regarding the heart opening and softening, feeling both vulnerable and ready. Oh, and in the last reading I've said, and it will be in the same for all three, I'm going to, in asking questions, put myself in this group. I'm saying we, I'm saying us, as far as when I'm communing. Tell me about heart opening and softening and feeling both vulnerable and ready. What's going on with the heart? What's going on in our hearts right now? Four of Pentacles. There's that guardedness. I'm going to put this here. There's that guardedness. The one that's vulnerable feeling. Okay. It probably has to do with, I feel, just not wanting to be hurt. Vulnerability, you know, in a nutshell. There's a lot of cards trying to do things here. I'm gonna... Opening and softening, though. Feeling vulnerable, but also ready. Maybe feeling a little, you know, ready but guarded. You know, this frog is ready to jump, holding all the lily pads together, but also like, if I let go, will they float away? Will I find other ones? Three of Swords. Yeah, there's an element here of recovering from heartbreak, and also just really the vulnerability is strong here. So you may have been through something fairly recently or now that is just has you guarded, just very protective of your heart, and feeling just a fear of being hurt. Really just sort of avoiding that. Really not having time for that. Really not wanting that again. And Three of Pentacles. Wanting to work on building and rebuilding. Really spending time focusing on what it is you want to build. Feeling ready. There's the ready. Feeling ready to bring in what? What are we ready to bring in? Ten of Swords. Closure. ready to bring in closure, ready to move on, feeling guarded, not wanting to get hurt, but ready to find closure. That's plain and simple. This Ten of Swords is just bam. Ready to close the book on that chapter or whatever. Turn the page on that chapter. Okay. And the heart is opening though and softening. It's such a contradiction almost to feel guarded and vulnerable. Vulnerability, I guess, is the part that has the contrast in it. It's like capable of being hurt, but guarded against it. Naturally guarded against it. I feel like I'm speaking in riddles. I'm sorry. I'm not. What is our heart opening for and softening for? Nine of Cups. Bliss. Wish coming true. Everything we want. The life of purpose and harmony. Just feeling good. Want to feel good. We're ready to feel good again. Got a wish we want. Okay. So we're seeing things in a more multifaceted way, I got, with perspective. Tell me about this. Temperance. There's been a lot of healing going on a spiritual level, a lot of like alchemic shifting within, I would say. It hasn't always been pretty. With some hard lessons have come beautiful growth though. Uh-oh, hold on. So I was talking about seeing things in a more multifaceted way, and this card always, these peacock feathers always look like eyes to me. It's just really funny. I don't know, it's a little thing. So anyway, regarding this perspective, something has shifted in the perspective here. You are seeing things from a more healed, balanced place, maybe than before, it looks like. Like when, not that this is before, this is now, but I mean, this is pointing to something has happened. And this is pointing to healing has been going on at a spiritual level. So this perspective shift, total change, death. Yeah. Endings and new beginnings. Something died. Something ended. Or at least a cycle, you know. Doesn't mean a person or a situation is dead in the water. Like, it just seems like something didn't turn out as planned. And now we grow from this. I love this death card, even though it's disgusting. But, you know, this deer has its innards are going back into the ground to regenerate. So I feel, you know, in your perspective, there's been a total rebirth. You're regenerating from an ending, from something I can't help but say, like, it just feels like something that didn't work out as planned. And it's probably romantic, just because that's a vibe. Doesn't have to be, but feels like a big kind of devastating loss, and or at least at first, and then something that left some wounds, but you're coming around from it. And this perspective shift, seeing things now. Father of Pentacles, seeing things as seeing things as attainable, seeing things as possible, seeing things as doable, feeling strong, feeling solid, feeling ready to take it on. Hopeful, humbly commanding positive changes is the note that I wrote. Yeah, so I felt like you're practicing gratitude and manifestation is what I got. And I didn't write it that way because I was it's kind of a meditation note taking, but I remember it vividly, and that's what it was. So, you know, it's like, you know, a spiritual request in all due respect, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful way to manifest. So, hopeful about, I think this, but whoa. What are we hopeful about? What are we trying to manifest? Oh, 10 of Pentacles. Everything. Abundance, family, home, prosperity. You know, with respect to a relationship, this can be like doing the thing, you know, like commitment and being family with someone, and perhaps others that are included in this, as in children and pets and extended families. But really just we're hopeful about getting the end goal here, you know. 9 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles are so beautiful together. And this is kind of where the hopes lie. Ready for, hoping for, heart opening and soft for these to come in. So how are the manifestations going, I will ask? The Moon. As long as you know, as long as you're accessing your own intuition and trusting yourself, your manifestations will be fine. If you start to listen to your shadow and your doubt, and your past and any lingering ghosts, you know, of heartache or loss from before, that's when you might get tripped up. Otherwise, you know, trusting your instincts is going to bring your manifestations. Working, I believe, also with astrology and the changing phases of the moon, and being aware, a little more aware of that, will also be to your benefit. Okay, I want to talk about ancestors here. You may be noticing and are curious about signs as, whoa, messages. Now, I did get a dragonfly animal in my meditation for this, And that's where that came from, because I always think of the dragonfly as an ancestor messenger. So talk to me about ancestor messages and signs. We have a Page of Pentacles. Paying a lot of honor and respect to those before you, and the wisdom within you is going to help you with the insight that you need, and help you with the knowingness you seek. As far as have ancestors been delivering signs and synchronicities lately for us? Whoops, that's not supposed to be upside down. Six of Pentacles, yes. Ancestors have been sharing with you. There is communication. There is an exchange happening. You're asking and receiving. I just want to say, at the time of recording, I can't imagine, I don't know, anything's possible. But it's hard for me to imagine that all these videos I've made over the last year will ever, you know, skyrocket in views and people will begin to see them later. I don't know. So I feel pretty comfortable talking about like the now. At the time of recording, this is October, the veil is thinning. This is an excellent time, if you're seeing this now, to make contact with the ancestors. That, you know, if you're familiar with Dia de los Muertos, or you know, just the thinning of the veil, and you know, the fact that they are near. So can I believe, well, I don't know if I've ever told anyone this, but I feel connected to shaman ancestry. I don't know that I've talked about that. So I'm going to just sort of ask my own ancestors here for a message for us. Those of us who are softening and opening our hearts, hoping for abundance and goodness and wishes. Queen of Swords. Eight of Cups. Oh. Very no nonsense, this ancestor. Hold on. Justice. Okay. The message that I'm getting from my own personal ancestor for us, for you, is about knowing what to leave behind and what is the right thing to do. Knowing where to cut your losses and go and do what's right. Like, I mean, it's justice. Like, do what's right for yourself. And knowing that. King of Cups. There's just a real strong feeling here of understanding and having an awareness about where you're investing your love, and walking away from, knowing what to walk away from and knowing where to put it. Don't put your time, energy, and love into places anymore that are not in your best interests, that are not the right place, that are not the right thing, that are not treating you right. This was a really, did I say no nonsense? Like almost kind of bossy, Queen of Swords energy on this one. This is like, if you can imagine a grandmother. This is what I am doing. Just really giving it to you straight right now and saying, stop giving to the wrong places and give to the right ones. You have so much to give. You know right from wrong. You know it. Do it. It's real bossy. It's not trying to be hard on you. It's kind of a tough love, though. It's because you know better is what I get. There's someone kind of being like, shoot, I feel seen. Especially if that's my ancestor. I'm like, uh-oh, I just got called out. But I mean, this is for all of us, and I believe it's relevant for you. Okay. Where else? Give me another message about where we can find these signs and messages from ancestors. I mean, I do believe they're all around. I believe they're in animals, they're in dreams, they're in synchronicities, numbers, that weird deja vu, and also that you think of someone and they call, any of that, anything that you feel is a sign. Talking about something and then seeing it again somewhere else, like in almost, like in a real close proximity. It's all of this is relevant. Tell me more about how ancestors are sending messages to us. Well, this is the Ace of Swords, and it's the clarity and it's the truth. So, I'm inclined to say anything that feels, I'm gonna turn this heater off. Can't believe I turned the heater on. Anything that feels clear to you it is what it is what I am feeling. And I am asking about messages, and there's a feather, and I don't know if you know, but feathers are messages. They are symbols of messages, and so you can look for those as well, I believe. Look for birds as omens. I always do, but I guess I should share that with you. So protection, feeling naturally guarded by design. Let's talk about this defensiveness and this edginess. It's very scorpionic. It's the Eight of Pentacles. It's actually a necessary protection is what I'm getting. In moving toward your goals and seeing the bigger picture. It is a natural design. It is within you. It's probably your ancestors. It's something within you that is like, knows right from wrong. And knows you just have to follow it is the thing. Yo, all the cards want to come out for this group. I think I just accidentally turned some upside down. Okay, here we go. Protection for us. What do What can I say about protection? Oh my gosh. Page of Swords. I just got, you don't have to follow every lead. You don't have to, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy that you could be expending in so many places. But keeping your eyes kind of on the goal and keeping your focus, you know, is important. How does that relate to protection? Four of Swords. It just helps you find peace. It helps you find inner peace. It is protection. See this little nest full of, what are those? Some kind of birds. Speaking of birds, there's little babies and they're protected by that Four of Swords. They're just sleeping peacefully, protected. It's your peace. You don't have to follow every lead, whatever that means to you. So I got this hit about depth and having a deeper understanding of the complexity of how time and space move. I know that's crazy, but it comes how it comes. So what can I say about that? This depth, this understanding, this complexity that is going on with this, with us. Time and space. Tell me about this. Yeah, it's a new beginning and a new, fresh kind of attitude toward growing and how things go is what I'm getting. And more. Six of Wands. It's empowering. This level up in understanding, this sort of diving into these deeper concepts about the way things work and the way things go and how things, you know, maybe just a changed perspective around how things work or whatever has been and will be, is empowering for you, possibly giving you a great sense of like an ability to rise, yeah. I was just thinking about Maya Angelou and still we rise. Like I think there's this message here about overcoming barriers and obstacles that may have previously held us back or harmed us in any way. Seeing a new path forward, seeing our worth, seeing our value, understanding that it's just not black and white. It's not just this yields this all the time. That it's not always linear. That things move in cycles and spheres. And getting out of this mindset of just what I just described, you know, things being linear and things being black and white and boxed up all neat is just it's a trapped mentality. It's a limited mentality. It's a place where we can't grow from that. We can't grow from those ideas of things being just always this equals this. Like that is just, there's so much more gray area to appreciate. And there's your 9 of Pentacles, which is, you know, 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. It is ultimately going to be very empowering. Like I said, this 9 of Pentacles with the 6 of Wands here, very empowering, very fruitful. This shift in your depth, the complexity that you're willing to grasp or interested in grasping. So with the energy of being vulnerable, but opening, getting past something, closing the door on something, looking for the wish and the hopes, hoping and wishing again, trusting your instincts, healing, finding balance and healing in the release of something. Because you have the Death and the 10 of Swords here. Something closed out. Something has had to go. For stuff to come in, for being able to see things as possible with this King of Pentacles, this Ace of Pentacles, bringing, you know, this new perspective, very empowered perspective. All of this going on. What is the outlook here? Doing the work. You've been doing the work. I can feel that. What's coming? Knight of Swords. That's your messages and communication are coming. Forward movement to what? What are we moving toward? What information is coming? The Devil. And again, one of the most beautiful devil cards there is, in my opinion. I mean, it's really just, especially with this particular card, I've had a lot of talks about the Devil card, and I'm not going to get into it here because you've either heard them or you haven't. But I don't read the Devil the way everybody does. I mean, there are certain things about the archetype that I keep, but for the most part, and that's why I love this card so much. It's really one of the most beautiful Devil cards. because look at it, there's nothing evil about it. It's I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is. It's luscious, you know? It's the I'm a big fan of that movie The Witch and Black Phillip and Live Deliciously. Dost thou want to live deliciously? And it's just, to me, is speaking of you really getting yours. A lot of attraction, a lot of power. And the Hierophant. See? Hierophant beside the devil. There's a lot to be learned here about the self and about, you know, bringing your spiritual being and your flesh being together. You know, that's what I feel for you is yeah, it's big time spirit and flesh. The two of these together, but also just even mushrooms. I love that they put mushrooms on here because it's such a, mushrooms are such a weird and spiritual organism, but also they're so fleshy, you know? And that's what I really feel here between these two being beside each other, is just a great spiritual lesson in taking care of oneself, getting one's own needs met. Maybe in the past, it's been, you've given too much, because we had this down here. Knowing where to give it and where to not give it. Knowing the right thing to do, clarity around that. Feeling empowered. The fact that that was the resounding message here between the Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. This empowerment. There's a huge message here. I mean, you have Nine of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. I feel like the softening and opening of your heart, though naturally guarded, naturally defensive in a way, it's a part of your nature, is you're finally looking out for yourself. You're finally looking out for yourself spiritually and physically, blending those together, merging those together, merging your body and spirit, and owning and being empowered and rising and owning what is yours. And that's the message I get for you. And I know this one was a strange one, but I mean, if you feel it, you feel it. And I do. I mean, I'm doing it. I wouldn't keep talking if I didn't feel like I was hitting something. So I'm, of course, curious who this resonates with. But wow. It seems to me like you can have the life you want. And you can make your dreams come true. And you seem to be in a really growing place of letting, you know, of power and of letting that which doesn't serve you go. This has a super witchy vibe, the whole thing. But anyway, all right, that's that. Thank you so much. Hello to group 3 who chose Praying Mantis, Pyrite, the number 3, all of these. I'm using the SERPENTFIRE tarot deck for you, and I want to tell you about what I got intuitively in my meditation last night with this group. It's really intense. I got attracting. You may be feeling more interested in how to manifest, how to attract, and just an overall awareness of your power of attraction. I got stillness, practicing patience, knowing when to act. If you think of the praying mantis, you know, in nature, but also in martial arts, this is a very very empowered stillness, you know, where you just know when to strike and wait patiently. Quiet is another that I got, and it has to do with, I wrote specifically harnessing a more mature, assured confidence. I got this feeling of it's mature, like maturity, like this evolved sense of just knowingness and confidence in yourself and your power. There's a lot of power. And then self came through as in, it's a primary concern with getting your needs met now, whereas maybe that hasn't always been the case. Connectedness, prioritizing spiritual relationship, and desiring the ability to hear guidance about manifestation specifically. And then power, enhanced courage, fears released, and owning your dominion, you know, your domain and your abilities. This is all, it was kind of repetitive in that it's all a lot about power and grace and just attraction, a ton of attraction, which, you know, that's what pyrite's about. So it's very fitting. And I did choose the praying mantis for the pyrite here. And it came through very strong. So I would say that if you're in this sort of mind state where you're interested in using your power and manifesting and attracting what is meant to be around you, with you, near you, then this reading may reveal some insight for you. I've already shuffled, but I will do another just now. These readings have been fairly loose in that I'm using the what I wrote, the notes I took as prompts to get a reading for you. All right, let's talk about your power of attraction. Messages about your power of attraction, maybe where you are with that, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and then maybe what you're interested in attracting. I do feel a great big sense of being interested in attracting what is meant for you, whatever that may be, being open to that. But there's also a sense of prowess here on honing in on some specifics. So you'll know what your own personal ones are. Okay. Nine of Cups, making dreams come true, interested in granting your own wishes, being your own facilitator, and having that fulfillment, that abundance, luxury and comfort and ease, finding that in life in general, but also just sort of having a time of earned relief and just pleasure and enjoyment. There's a real a feeling of just coming into one's own, you know. Knight of Cups, also calling in romance, calling in creative forces and calling in romanticism, but also romance, love, calling in offers, suitors, maybe just one in particular, but certainly calling in a worthy partner. Not just a worthy partner, I mean, worthy of you, but also a match for you, you know, like a match in energy, offering. Okay. So how is this attraction going? How is the attraction? I did tell the first two groups I will be, when I'm asking the questions, I'm including myself in this answer. I feel for this reading, I just feel really connected to my own guidance, and I feel it's the best possible way for me to get some good, clear answers is to include myself in all of these readings. So, how are we doing in our attraction right now? King of Cups, we're doing well. We're there. We're sending out massive good energy to the spirit realm in our request. There's a lot of honoring of the spirit, honoring that which facilitates all of these movements. That's, you know, gratitude and appreciation for our overseers and the love that we want to be flowing between us and the spirit realm. I would say that this is a sign that things are opening up, and we are doing well as far as like being quite charming in our energy right now. We're being seen in good favor, not only by the spiritual realm, but also those around us, if not this moment, soon. Okay. So I got stillness, practicing patience and knowing when to act. Please tell me more about our discernment around our actions right now. King of Pentacles. Really just being on top of our game as far as you know, feeling like we know what we want and we know how to get it, and we have the ability. King of Pentacles is related to Taurus energy, and I just will say that is, you know, Tauruses are known for being fairly patient. I will say I am a Taurus. So I'll just say Taurus placements, especially big ones. But, you know, I'm not always that patient, to be honest, because I have a lot of other stuff changing me up. I have quite a bit of air and the Scorpio moon that might be the death of me. But but patience in the question about how we're doing with stillness and patience. My answer here is that we're doing well. We're really getting there. We're trying to be there. We're making an effort. It's being seen. It's happening. We're knowing what we want, and we're knowing how to get it, and we're knowing how when to act. So how is timing right now as far as the moves we're making? What's going on around us right now? Six of Wands. This is some really nice energy about coming into a really opportune time to be seen, to be respected and honored for the things we do and our input and into everything that is going on. Definitely coming into peak timing for moves. Nine of Swords. I feel there's a sense of looking for that ray, like of light, like having been through enough periods. This is what I'm getting, like enough periods in our experience that teach us about controlling our anxiety and our worries, and how that just snowballs and it to the detriment of our endeavors. You know, like the more we get caught up in our in our anxiety and negative thoughts and negative thinking, the more that affects our ability to progress and attract and get the things we want going in life. But here we have, you know, this ray of light, looking for this ray of light, and having been through this period of looking for that and finding it. And it's interesting because these two cards, there's this ray of light. And to me, this is like the most positive Nine of Swords card I've ever seen. And I love it. There's a lot of positivity in this deck. And I see this ray through here as well, talking about the timing, you know? So I just really feel that echoes what I was just saying about the timing being opportune and peak. And this is having come through something rather dark and finding that ray of light, that hope to cling to, and really just riding out the storm and arriving in a place of making it. Okay. How will we know exactly when to make our moves? Six of Cups. Whoa. We'll know when the time feels right. Like it's just a matter, it's just based in like a feeling. You know, Six of Cups is often related to nostalgia and memories and the past and home and childhood and stuff. But it's really just like, it's gonna hit a chord that just runs really deep, you know? Like it's like, it just to me, it just is, this card is saying to the bone. That's when you know, like you feel it in your bones. And here, I'm not the bird expert that I think I am, but this is very hawk type bird, which is definitely a spiritual overseer, you know. And I just kind of get the sense that there's just a knowing in your bones coming in, a peak timing to make moves, and a knowing deep that it is the time. But how about how will we know what moves to make? The Star. I'm gonna make the moves that speak to what it is we're really hoping for, quite directly. We're gonna be led by the hope itself, you know, the goal itself. Like, you know, this bliss, whatever that is in each of us individually, this love that we're looking for is quite plain and simple. That is the guiding light, the guiding force itself. The star itself is these goals right here. Goals is how we know. So we seem to be in a period of, or maybe coming into a time of a more mature and assured confidence is the note that I wrote. Tell me more about our current state of confidence. Two of Pentacles. So I love this Two of Pentacles because it has the Jupiter on there, which is luck. It's big, big luck and destiny there. And I feel we're just, with the Two of Pentacles, there's the balancing of everything. It's being able to multitask, and it's just kind of, you know, sometimes it's like read and it's read in multiple ways, and a lot of times I say it's the making it work card, like making things work, balancing everything. But, you know, there's also an element of change and a changing of the luck. And as far as this more mature confidence that could be in right now or coming in real soon, it just feels like it's a matter of experience in, like, not only luck, but it's been a matter of experience in, like I said, multitasking, like the managing of multiple things. Like the Nine of Cups and the Knight of Cups up here as goals and objects of attraction, you know, Nine of Cups encompasses so much more than just love, and this Knight of Cups has felt very love to me. So I feel like there's a lot more going on with you than just trying to pull in love or just trying to pull in career. It kind of feels like you're really just working with all the sectors. Like you're trying to pull in your best life in every way. And it's just a matter of your experience, you know, really playing in here into knowing what those things are, what it is you're trying to attract. And like I said earlier, I think the best, whatever that best is for you, like really having a trust in, you know, the universe. You know, sometimes you like say, I can't think of what I'm thinking of right now, but like you have like you can choose, it's like a dealer's choice, right? So I think that for some are happy just saying, dealer's choice, surprise me, you know, like you just trust the chef, you know what I'm saying? Like you put the dressing you believe should be on here. Like it's trusting spirit to give you what is best for you. And then some of us may be having more specific recipes in mind, you know, like, okay, I want this to be going this way and I want this to be going this way. And I think that that's actually okay right now. Like sometimes there's a lot of stuff about control, like releasing control. This reading is not talking about releasing control, because sometimes we're reading these messages and getting these lessons about how we don't get what we thought we wanted. We don't get what we asked for. We get what we're meant to have and what's best for us. Well, this is saying you can ask more specifically. You can actually attract more specifically what it is you want. Or you can be like, universe, give me my best, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but just please give me that. You know what I mean? So I think there's elements of both here, and it just depends on you, because this is general. But I think that there are parts of what you're attracting that you have preferences and specificity around, and then there are parts where some of us may be like, you know what, I keep getting it wrong. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you, universe. You know. Okay. And then there's the self, you know, this concern, this new, maybe, our heightened concern with getting your needs met. Like I think I said earlier, like maybe in the past it wasn't always that way. I'm not sure if I said that or not. So this new heightened self factor, I want to talk about that. Page of Wands. Yeah. A very driven, where do I want to put this? A very driven kind of, determined energy around doing things that fire you up, doing things that, I feel like I'm shaking the table and shaking the camera. I'm sorry. Doing things that really ignite your flames, like spark you up and make you feel like alive and excited. And so there's certainly just new adventures, with just excitement. There's excitement around awakening your own passion. Or you may be experiencing a feeling of awakened passion. The self and getting our own needs met. Emperor, yeah, owning it. Showing up for yourself and being the one taking control and making shit happen. And yeah, control. Like I said, we get so many readings that are like, give up control. It's not what you don't get to say. This is the opposite. This is like, you get to say. You got a King of Cups here, you got a King of Pentacles here, you got an Emperor so far. There's so much manifestation magic and power here and control that you are wielding. It's like a time, this Emperor, very much with regard to the question of the self, very much a time of, I hate to say selfishness, but I mean in a good way. This feels very much like in a good way. And I talk about ego a lot and selfishness, but this is different. This is like looking out for you when maybe you've expended too much energy on others, previously, or other endeavors previously, where it's like, you know what, this is me time. This is my time. No one else is going to do this for me. I am the one controlling my destiny. If I want to make things happen, if I want to be the praying mantis, if I want to hold the pyrite and like get my wishes and call in the love that I want in my life, it's on me. I have that power. It's a real feeling of trust in oneself and trust in the powers that be, or whatever that is for you, the universe, spirit realm. And then speaking of, there's the connectedness, like prioritizing spiritual relationship is something that I got. Like it seems like it's taken priority for you, that your spiritual connectedness, not just growth, but like your spiritual connection to your own higher power, your connection to your higher self is a wide open channel. Like it feels like you really are working on that flow and working and being in that power. So I want to know more about that. Really wanting that guidance. So more about connectedness to our own higher power. 10 of Pentacles. What power player card do you have on the table here? 10 of Pentacles, wanting it all. Knowing what you want and going for it. Feeling confident that you will be getting it. Resting assured that you will be getting it. Feeling connected to the part of yourself that has all the skills, all the expertise to make it all happen. whoa. So, what more can we know about this spiritual relationship with our higher self? I mean, doesn't this look like a relationship with the higher self? I don't know. I see that. The devil. And again, and this came up, I think it was, oh yeah, I think it was the second reading. The devil came up, and I've had this conversation, well, it's a one-sided conversation, but I've talked about the devil recently and how, you know, it's read in so many, I see it read across this particular forum so many ways, that a lot of them having more negative connotation and having to do with like not having power, like being like seduced by some darkness, you know, like it's like the whole devil thing, the devil archetype. But like I don't want to get into it, but like I don't read the devil the same way, and to me it is power, and it is living your best life. It is looking out for yourself, and I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it and freak people out, but you know, one of the tenets or whatever you call it of like Satanism, for example. I'm not a Satanist, but it's about survival of the fittest, and it's about and that's not, again, it depends on how you look at it. Like I'm not necessarily saying it as like a you know, someone who's going through life lacking compassion, because I'm sure there is that. But this is more about looking out for yourself and like taking care of yourself. And at some point in our lives, some of us will take a look around and be like, nobody, like I said, nobody else is doing this for me. And I want to live this way. And if it makes me selfish to go after my 10 of Pentacles and to be the King of Pentacles, and to call, you know, to want to manifest and to want to attract and to have power, if that makes me selfish, like, okay, you know, like, it's just like that. It's like, no, like, we're so conditioned to reject taking care of ourselves so that we will depend on the rules laid out and the design, the patriarchal societal design that we exist within, you know? So it's really important that we understand not everything is what it seems. And as far as like this devil, like just take a look, these cobras, mantis, these are positions of striking power, okay? So it's knowing when to strike. And as far as, I don't even remember what exact question I asked, but around the connectedness and the guidance, there is definitely a power in the connectedness right now. And being poised to, I hate to say words that can be misconstrued, but like being poised to take advantage, you know, to make things work for yourself, to find these peak moments that we're talking about here. Like I said, peak timing, to get what is yours. How do you think nature works? You know, like I said, humans are conditioned, and yet if you take a look at nature, if you watch some nature documentaries, animals move in survival mode, you know. And I'm not trying to say like screw everyone and screw everything and get yours, but I mean, you got to get yours because nobody's going to give it to you. And I'm not saying screw everything to get it. I'm just saying we feel guilty about about looking out for ourselves sometimes. Like we feel like it's selfish, and I guess that's my point through this whole reading, is if that's something that you've been struggling with or considering, perhaps this is another way you could be looking at things Perhaps this is the guidance here for you today about your attraction power. Is part of that may be in releasing the guilt of the conditioning of, you know, what it means to look out for yourself and to want. I'm gonna put this down here so I want to keep seeing that at night. So I see you in this place of power with, you know, and the note that I wrote is enhanced courage, fears released, and owning your domain. Okay, so let's talk about this power. Let's talk about the enhanced courage you are or will soon be feeling. Enhanced courage, the Hermit. From going within, from taking some time. If you haven't done it, then this is your word to do that. It's pulling back, pulling away, going within, looking deep inside yourself and realizing these things, you know, realizing the Emperor, that you have to show up for yourself, realizing the moments that are coming and that you know what you want and you know how to get it, and being okay with taking that, letting your desires and your goals, your wishes and your dreams of love and fulfillment, letting those guide you for a change probably. And, you know, really just balancing everything and knowing that the timing is on your side here. And what about as far as the power being affected by the release of fears, which also this Devil card speaks to, you know, it's like it's becoming fearless. It's like, I'm not afraid of all these stigmas or rules laid out by people who wanted to control outcomes. So more about the release of fears for us. Oh my goodness. Empress. Just trust in your beauty. If you have Venus, if you have Taurus or Libra anywhere in your chart, there's or also taking a look at where your Venus is could be clues around fear. I don't want to get into examples, but like, yeah, like if you take a look at what it is, you know, if the Empress is about abundance and beauty and creativity and like just manifestation in that sense, right? What is it that has made you afraid to be your most like turned up version of yourself? Does that help? Does that make sense? Like I said, if you have Taurus and Libra in your chart, you could look at those planets and see what they're about. And I'm definitely feeling a lot of astrology stuff lately, and I'm not an astrologer, but I know a little, and so I can just only kind of point you in the right direction. Some of you know more than me probably, so like some of you just want a tipping off point, you know. But I would say that also where your Venus is, like, could be a clue about releasing fear for you, an area where you may want to release fear. That would be where your Venus would be especially with regard to love and aesthetics. And the communication with your spirit around your higher self, you know, around what that means to you, what specifically that looks like to you. And maybe I just feel in the past you've been hesitant or reluctant to love yourself in that capacity, like with that much velocity, you know, like really just a full embrace of what it is that you have inside, like holding on inside to what it is that you have to extend and show. And more about owning it. Death. Yeah. Don't be afraid to absolutely regenerate and be born again as like a more powerful version of yourself. If you haven't already, it feels like some already have. Some are on the verge and can feel it tingling, and then some are maybe it's just coming in days, like I'm telling you. So let me formulate some questions out of all of this, because I feel like we've put together the big picture that really goes with all the hits that I got. So let's talk more about specifically this 9 of Cups, this wish fulfillment, and the attraction here. What do we need to know about attracting the fulfillment of our every wish? 2 of Swords. So I'm going to say this is about making objective decisions, you know, like staying cool in the face of any decision, taking the necessary time to deliberate any one decision, not moving necessarily quickly at any point of decision. Really getting all the information, all the necessary information in making choices. So if your wish fulfillment here that you're trying to attract, if you're trying to attract, say, more prosperity, financial abundance, you know, in your decision-making process around that, you know, get all your facts straight and I would say don't feel rushed to make any kind of decision in that regard. What is it about this 2 of Swords when it comes to getting fulfillment? Yeah, decisions about where you're investing your energy above all else. It could be time and money, for sure. 7 of Pentacles. But most of all, making well-informed decisions about where you're investing your energy. And more specifically around this Knight of Cups. So the love that we want to call in, or we're calling in, or even if you're in a relationship, I would say that would mean like trying to upgrade the quality of said relationship, I would say. But for anyone else, it's very obvious when you're trying to call in love. What do we need to know about calling in love right now with our attraction power? 4 of Pentacles. Protect your heart. Protect your energy. Don't just give it away to just any old buddy. It's got to be earned. You got to trust it. Eight of Pentacles. You got to feel like it's lending to your overall objective, you know? You want to feel like it's that romantic relationships that you move forward in are also bringing something to the table as far as like, you know, adding value to your life as a couple. Like not just, you know, it's kind of meeting you where you are and enhancing your life, not just causing you stress. Straight up. I think that more specifically too, for some, this would mean like really just going for relationships that will help you grow as a human, as, you know, help you evolve, help you with this. And as far as like this King of Pentacles over here, knowing what you want and how to get it. Speak of the desire. The Magician. I mean, it's all you, babe. Like it's all you. Like you have the power to get what it is you desire. King of Wands, there it is. It's the, oh my God, the Magician and the King of Wands around a King of Pentacles question. Getting what you want, getting what you desire, knowing what it is and how to get it. Magician, blending all the parts, making it happen. King of Wands, oh my goodness, like a total visionary, you know, like the force within that knows exactly what it is and how to get it. So, I mean, this reading just feels like it's just props and props and props on props about the one thing it was, you know. These are very different readings from each other. Like the whole objectives are different and the vibes. And I think that you could have messages in all of them. If you're even getting a message out of this. I mean, I am. It's just confirmation, if nothing more. It's just a boost. It feels like basically it's speaking to people who kind of know what's up and just being like, yeah, you know what's up. Like, that's what this reading feels like. It's like, yes, you got this. This is a confirmation that you have this and that you can get it. You can get what you want. Getting what you want. This Emperor. How are we going to get it? Hanged Man. I get the whole, you know, this Hanged Man, just that whole vibe of seeing everything so differently now. And I think, where was that? In my notes. This sort of new, like, prioritizing of your own connectedness and relationship to your higher self. Like, it's like a whole new, it's like it's almost like, I think a lot of people here in this particular reading will have not always been in the mindset of attraction. But somehow something has really shifted and maybe even turned your world upside down to the point, you know, Hanged Man, to the point where you're actually like, all right. Like I said with this Emperor, no one's going to do it for me. I am taking control here. I'm getting what the hell I want. And this is like a part of that attitude that is due to just this drastic shift and possibly after, you know, you had the Hermit as well, after this period of just really taking a good look, taking a survey of how it's been and how it's going, you know, and you're like, nope, it's not going that way anymore. Like, that's the vibe. Okay, I didn't realize how long this was. So one final card for the Praying Mantis Pyrite Group 3. What are we looking forward to? What's to come? What are we attracting? What's the outlook for what we're attracting? Strength. The outlook's good. Outlook's really good. And the Chariot, victory. Confirmation. I don't know what more I could possibly say. This is like insanity. Like, such a powerful group of cards for you, you know. And I mean, it looks like a lot of cards and they're all just piled up, but like, look how many more are right here still. Way more. If you go back through and see what you had here, this is all crazy good, you know, superpower energy. It's confirmation as hell. Coming, you're attracting, your outlook, strength, and the Chariot, courage, bold acts, just power, strength and power. And the Chariot is the victory, the success, the win, the triumph. You got it. I mean, this is just like a fluffer reading. It's just like pumping you up. Like, it's just like telling you yes. Okay, this is just a big yes to whatever it is you're trying to do. It's like, you know, remember the Six of Wands energy, the peak timing to strike. All right. Okay, that's it. Thank you so very much. See you next time.